I want to make new swear words to confuse YouTube and make it a nightmare hellscape. I've worked very hard on this. I haven't used a PowerPoint since I was in transition year of secondary school, okay? So it's been a while. I have to pull out all the stops in my animations here. Disclaimer. This is all a joke, lol. This is an important slide that I want to get in at the start. This is just to show the absurdity of language in general. And I want to give massive props to the Irish, in particular, for inspiring all this nonsense we're going to have here today. Because the Irish can make anything a swear. You want to know what one of the worst swears that you can possibly be called in Irish is? If someone describes you as harmless. What it means is you are not important enough to be of any consequence. And it's not an insult you'd really expect. But if someone calls you harmless, they really don't think you're anything. Another little interesting tidbit for the old Irish vocabulary. If you call someone massive in Irish, that means you think they look great. We have an interesting way it works. Don't use that one outside of Ireland because you'll probably get in trouble for very understandable reasons. And also, as part of the disclaimer, there are people at YouTube who actually care about all this. There are people who've been helping me with my issues. This is not targeted at anyone specific. This is just, I want to play with language a bit. I kind of want to point out the silliness of this entire situation that's been unfolding, and I thought this would be a fun way to do it. Dan, you look massive today. Thank you. YouTube is being stupid. This guy. YouTube is spending time and energy addressing trivial advertiser concerns over actual problems on YouTube. It's like, of all battles to pick, why are you spending all your energy on this when there's actual genuine issues that could be addressed? It just seems kind of stupid. They're also not holding advertisers to the same standards that they actually hold content creators on the platform. YouTube promotes some very not child-friendly game ads they place on children's videos. And it's kind of weird. A lot of people have seen this and even pointed it out in the wake of my issues. There's some really uncomfortable stuff that YouTube does, and they don't hold advertisers to the same standard whatsoever. And it's actually really twisted when you start to think about it. And also, we're all going to die someday. I included this point just because someone has chosen to pick this battle. You want to tell your grandkids how you stop the no-no words, or like over everything else for years and ruin livelihoods for a lot of people, or do you actually want to do something? I'm no one to judge. I spend a lot of time playing Pokemon and trying to perfect my streets in Animal Crossing to the tune of 600 hours, but it's a nice pavement. What is the goal that I'm trying to present here? I want to make YouTube a confusing nightmare hellscape, much like YouTube does. Let's be honest, who knows what the rules are and what we should be following or the guidelines are? Life is this sort of chaotic mess anyway, so we might as well just embrace it if that's the direction we're headed. I have an English degree, and doing stupid things with language is my passion. And sometimes it's just about my fun that matters, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. And you all gotta strap yourselves in for the ride. Strategy. We need an actual goal and plan if this is going to work. I want the term YouTube to be a ridiculous, comedically offensive, insulting term, but also a nice compliment that means the exact opposite. It's the idea of a particular word in Ireland that rhymes with mustard. It can refer to your friends if used in the right context as like, come here, you mad mustard. But it can also be used as an insult, you mustard. Connotation is everything, and context and how you use language is what really defines its meaning. Basically, if this is all being mass filtered and picked up by AI, context is completely devoid from that detection. So if we play with language in this way, we can make this basically a nightmare hellscape where we can't tell what anyone's doing. Again, much like YouTube wants it to be. I want people to propagate using the term YouTube in this way as much as possible. And again, shout out to YouTube for volunteering the term YouTube, because it does actually work well. Think about it, it's like YouTube. There actually is something in Solomon like, come here, you YouTube. So of course, we need a definition for our new swear word. YouTube, an action of offensive and pointless stupidity. An individual who acts with offensive and pointless stupidity. A moment of offensive and pointless stupidity. I thought I'd take a book out of the page and kind of the way they've kind of been approaching creators to define the actual word YouTube. A person farts in a crowded elevator and screams it was I and laughs maniacally. It smells really bad and people start to get sick. The person starts to play a TikTok compilation on full volume without using headphones. This person is a YouTube. And again, language is a wonderful thing because it's very malleable. You can just kind of change the meaning of words on a whim. Connotations for terms change over time as well. The word literally does not mean literally anymore because people misused it so much. Literally also means exaggeration. It is literally a pointless word. You can recontextualize language all the time, which is why I want the association with the word YouTube to be stupidity. Now, it cannot just be an offensive term, because if it's just an offensive term, it has a very particular meaning. It needs to embody context and association. So I want to define YouTube as a literal gigachat. YouTube, an action of inoffensive and purposeful intelligence. An individual who acts with inoffensive and purposeful intelligence. A moment of inoffensive and purposeful intelligence. If you call someone a YouTube, I want it to be on level with calling them an Einstein. A person stands back in a crowded elevator to let others in. They ask you which floor you would like and press the button for you. They invite you to view a genuinely funny meme they found on TikTok with you using their audio splitter cable. And it makes you laugh and brightens up your day. Gosh, you really needed that. It can be tough working a 9-to-5 shift. And sometimes you just need the funny meme. Thank you, kind stranger. This person is a YouTube. That gives us two completely conflicting definitions of what the word YouTube can mean. What is a YouTube moment? It can mean a genuine insult or be the highest form of praise. The best kind of person or literally the worst kind of person alive. A word of no significance or real meaning, much like the word literally. It's so contradicting at this point that it's unclear what a YouTube actually means. The rule of internet terms in general is that most internet terms are kind of stupid and pointless. Look at most creators' names. The hell is an RTGame? What does that mean? What is Jacksepticeye? What's a PewDiePie? Why does this pie have to die? If you actually start to think about the nature of words, it's all kind of stupid and meaningless, but we just have particular associations with these words, which is why we use them. You know, I'm doing you a service right now, YouTube. I'm trying to get you in the dictionary here. I'm trying to solidify your presence with a stupid word here. So, this is the important bit. The meanings are interchangeable. Context is key. Connotation is key. If you sarcastically call someone a YouTube, you are referring to the negative this definition of what a YouTube is. Wait, why is there an F? Oh, because the E looks like an F. Okay, sorry. Hang on, let me pop myself away. I got a replacement image I can use. Wow. The meanings for YouTube and the definitions that we've defined here are completely interchangeable. So you can use both definitions quite sarcastically. It's like the word Einstein is the idea here. If you sarcastically call someone an Einstein, you're not calling them a genius, you're calling them an idiot. We're defining the word YouTube as simultaneously a compliment that can be used nicely, but also a really insulting term that you can use to describe your friends or moments of pointless stupidity. This is a nice term that I now want YouTube to start cracking down on. That's the goal here. We're gonna try and sow some chaos with this. This idea is such YouTube. People are already using it. That's what I want to see. You could be calling me stupid right now, or you could be calling me clever. The word works. What happens now? Start using the word YouTube to describe things on YouTube. I want everyone to start calling things on YouTube a YouTube. It's either brilliant or it's not very brilliant, and no one's going to be able to tell what happens. Sorry, yeah, my caps lock got stuck the wrong way. Look, it was 2 a.m. when I made this PowerPoint, right? Like, I'm not a miracle man, right? Like, I'm doing the best I can. I've got limited time on this planet too. Like, I was pulling an absolute bender playing Pokemon Go last night, right? Like, it was Tyranitar Community Day. I had to get as many as I could. Got 4 shinies. The question is, can YouTube reasonably restrict the word YouTube? Now again, this is to try and show the pointlessness of this exercise and how this is so much wasted energy on something so trivial. If the highlights of this stream on YouTube get restricted, YouTube admits that the word YouTube should be censored. If it doesn't get restricted, YouTube is allowing blatant profanity to slip by their filters. It is a problem either ways, and it shows the pointlessness of the whole exercise. Whether or not the video is restricted or not, YouTube has admitted a complete failure in its own systems. That's why I really want to make the word YouTube a swear, because it shows how stupid this all is, much like the word YouTube, which is a pointless, stupid endeavor. That's why we've defined the word this way. Now, very much, this experiment rides or dies with the people here. I can't just say and propose this idea that we should use YouTube as a swear word to describe things if people don't actually do it. You know, that's not going to work. I can't just say, this is the word we use, guys, and everyone's just like, okay. No, like, yeah, people actually have to use it. It lives or dies based on culture. So I am kindly going to invite people to invite the word YouTube into their day-to-day vocabulary to describe pointless stupidity or purposeful intelligence. You're such a YouTube. Like, I could say thank you, or I could ban you from chat. I don't know which. I don't know which way I'm supposed to interpret it. But neither does YouTube. And that's the point of it. Thank you for coming to my RT talk. Please rate and subscribe for more zany RT moments. I was supposed to have like a clapping applause track. Let me just... That probably sounds terrible on the microphone. You know, it's a suggestion for a lot of YouTubers too. If you're having trouble swearing openly on the sites, start calling things a YouTube. See where it takes you. They can't crack down on that one word. It's virtually invincible. If they crack down on it, they have to rename the site. Your idea is so YouTube. Thank you. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Word suggestion, mailbox. Okay, I like that. All right, so I like the idea of calling someone a mailbox an insult. To tell someone to shut up, shut your mailbox. Oh, so it's the idea, that's the idea of spam in your mailbox. And by calling someone a mailbox, you're referring to them as spam mail. A person who says nothing of note, i.e. spam. I like that. You mailbox. You have nothing useful to say. You are Vimeo? Don't diss Vimeo like that, right? Okay, a bunger. I feel like a bunger could be a term of endearment. Although, the more I say it out loud, you bunger. No, it's an insult. Okay. I like the idea of repetition because the term bunger is quite popular because in Bugsnax it would be bunger, 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 bunger. I like the repetition. A mindless repetition. No need to bunger it. I like that. You've already said it once. You don't need to keep saying it again and again. We heard you the first time. There's no need to keep bungering. I want this one to be an insult, calling someone a rowling. And I'm open to suggestions for this. Someone you genuinely don't want to mention because you're so disappointed to even say their name. You know, like if you want to be on the side of history, let people be themselves. Trans rights, like equality. Like Jesus, just let people YouTube exist. What Roland is doing is such a YouTube. Thank you. Keep using the word YouTube. Yes, that's what I want to see. I want a term of endearment next. A chuckster. A chuckster seems like more of an insult. A chuckster seems like more of an insult. I don't think that one's gonna work. I don't think that you call someone a chuckster. It's too close to YouTube. It's just not gonna work. You can't escape that. You could call someone a cupcake, but a cupcake already has a pretty established definition. I don't think we need to change the word cupcake, but it's a bit generic. I want a nicer kind word than that. I want a nicer kind word. A squinky. Okay, I mean, we're gonna go with it. What's a squinky? And not phallic, please. For some reason, I could see it going that way. I don't want it to go that way. Huggable, lovable individual who really means the world to you. Bro, you're my squinky. I feel like, yeah, and also, so we avoid anything phallic, it's purely platonic. Purely platonic. I do not want anyone to refer to their private parts as a squinky. So we're going to be really clear on that. Actually, okay, this isn't a term of endearment. This is a Morgana. All right, okay, this is... Again, to give examples for language, like, there's nothing inherently wrong with the name Karen, but there's a certain connotation with the name Karen these days, where it's like, you call someone a Karen, it's like, ooh. Okay, but what's a Morgana? I'll be honest, I could just... It might just be too graphic to say. It's not worth defining just how much hateful energy there is in this term. Aspire. Okay, now. Not phallic, pointlessness. Ironically, a waste of money, a waste of space, a money leech. A leech that drains your money / energy. Oh, don't be Aspire. And I like the idea that Aspire in this context, it's like it's sticking into you. It's like you've been like struck by it. Nothing phallic. But you've actually been pierced by the spire. It's like, oh, you're such a spire in my side. Because, fun fact for Dublin Spire, it's a pole that literally symbolizes money. It has no meaning or significance outside of that in Dublin. And it's supposed to be self-cleaning, except it didn't work. And so we spend €3 million every year to instead get this monument cleaned that no one likes. Like, we don't need something to just symbolize money. And, you know, ironically, it was built, like, before an economic recession. Spire is such a Rowling. I don't even want to talk about the Spire. That's such a Rowling. Thank you for coming to my RT talk.